zucchini bread is I'm going to spray my pan. This one's going to go fast. I'm going to take my dry ingredients, which is 1.5 cups of flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to whisk that together. And then I'm going to take all of my wet ingredients and add them to my dry ingredients. So that's a 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, 2 eggs, vanilla, about a tablespoon, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and 1/4 cup of white sugar. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to mix these ingredients all together for our zucchini bread. All right, so we're trying something a little bit different. We don't normally do this in a Bundt pan. I just thought, why not? That would be kind of fun. So the last thing we need to do is incorporate this zucchini. And I'm just going to tell you, moms, if you have children, this is a great way to get the veggies in because the bread is sweet and nice and you get the greens. Or for any of you who really aren't real crazy about eating a lot of greens, this is a great way to do so. All right, you do not have to squeeze the zucchini in this recipe. That's one of the reasons why I like this. I'm just going to incorporate that, fold it all in. Then we're going to go ahead and get that into the pan. Now, I shredded my zucchini yesterday and just left it in the fridge. So that's why you didn't see me shred it, which is fine. And now let's go ahead and pour it into our prepared pan, which we've sprayed with some cooking oil. Try and do it as evenly around as I can. Now this is going to cook for a good amount of time. Typically when I make a loaf of zucchini bread, I'll cook it for almost, I would say, at least an hour, almost an hour and 10 minutes. But I think it's going to cook faster in this Bundt pan because this Bundt pan is less dense. So if it's a time saver and it looks pretty and it tastes good, then I'm going to pass this on to you as well. My daughter makes muffins, and those go a little bit faster. She likes those. We're not a big fan of muffins left over, so I like to put this in the freezer. We're all about our freezer meal prep here. I want to get every bit of it that I can. Now, if you want, if you have fancy sugar, you could put like the big crystals of sugar on top. We don't. We just put it in just like this. All right, I'm popping this in at 350 degrees, and we'll check it in 30 minutes and see where we are. This is how our zucchini bread looks. It's not quite cool enough to touch. It was just cool enough for me to flip. Doesn't that look beautiful? When I cut it, I will show you what that looks like.